Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to design this TV box in FreeCAD using surface. Okay, so I start in the part workbench. I will create a new sketch in the top view, and for this sketch I will create in a center rectangle. Start from the center. Selecting this line and this line, hit E for equal and set the distance to 20. Now I will create in two lines. One line on the green line and another one on the red line. I select these two lines, hit E for equal. Selecting this point, and the center line, hit S for symmetry constraint. This point, and the center line, hit S. Now if I grab this point and move, you can see these 3 points also moving. I select in this point and this point. I hit D and set the distance to show. Okay, now I select everything and hit G and N to turn that into construction geometry. And then I can create in B-spline and we start from here. The next point on this point. The next point on this point. Okay, now I have the first B-spline. Doing the same. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now the sketch is fully constrained. But I want to create in a small fillet in this corner. So I cannot do that in the sketcher. If I create in a fillet and click on this B-spline and this B-spline, you can see I cannot create in a fillet. So instead of doing that in the sketcher, I will go out and creating a symbol extrude. Extrude this one up to, let's try 2. And Control select these 4 edges. Create a fillet. The radius is 3. Okay. Let me go up to the view and toggle the axis cross to show the arrow. Now I want to move the fillet up. Selecting the fillet, go to the placement position, the Z-axis, turn that to 8. Okay. Next, I want to create in another base sketch on the top view, or also a round rectangle. A round rectangle. From there, I will create in multiple plane curves to connect in between and fill in the surface in between. I create another sketch on the top view and view the section. Creating round rectangle. Selecting this line and this line, hit E for equal. And set the distance of this line to 15. The radius to 10. Selecting this point, and the center point, hit S for symmetry constraint. Now the sketch is fully constrained. I close. Okay, Now I select in this sketch and doing a simple extrude. I extrude this one down in the z-axis, -1 in the z-axis, and the length is 2. So that I have another solid. And I call this one upper reference. This one should lower reference. The next step is I will try to find the middle line of this face, so that I will have this edge, this small edge on the left, and I will use this edge and then this edge over here. I will bridge them using a plane curve, so that I will have this plane curve. So I click on the extrude and go down to the solid option, set that to false. Want to get rid of the upper and the lower face of this extrude. Now I create another sketch on the top view and create a line on the green line and another line on the red line. Then I close and I will extrude this new sketch to 20, symmetric. Click OK. Now I can control selecting the low reference and the new extrude and go to the plot, split, and then slide to compound. Okay, now I have this edge and then this edge and this edge. Now you can say, let me go to the front view and I go to the right a little bit. Okay, and I control selecting this edge on the left and this edge on the right above the upper right. And I go to the surface workbench and click on the plane curve. Now I select the plane curve and zero out the start size and the end size to turn that into a straight line. Okay. Now I want to bring this plane curve from here to here, and from here to here. So I go to the start parameter and set that to 1. You can see 1 jump in this point. And end parameter, set that to 1. Okay, you can see now in this point. And now I can increase the start size to 1 and the end size to 1. 1 not good, so I go to -1. Okay, now I have a good plane curve. Now I go to the right view and again control selecting the edge on the left and another edge on the upper right and create another plane curve. Click on the plane curve and zero out the start size and the end size. And also doing the same, putting the start parameter to 1 and end parameter to 1. Put 1 for the start size, 1 working fine. The end size to 1, 1 not good, so -1. Now we have this plane curve and this plane curve, and we have edges on top and on the bottom. So before we creating the surface, we need another curve in between to control I want the surface to curve inside a little bit. So I need to create another sketch, connect from this point to this point and curve inside a little bit. So let me go to the part workbench and let me hide this plane curve for a second. And I control selecting this point and then this point and create a new sketch based on the Alt, S, and Y. Click OK. So you can see this is the center of my new sketch is the first point that I select. And the second point I select is on the red lines. So I can reference this point over here and create a center arc from here to here and set the radius to 18. Then I close. You can see if I go to the right view, the curve, the arc just curve to the right is not what I want. I want it to curve inside. So because I align that in the Alt, S, and Y, so I will need to, so these 2 points are on in the S-axis. So I will rotate that in the S-axis in the attachment. So I click on the sketch and go to attachment offset. And the axis, instead of 1 for the Z, I zero out the Z. Put 1 for the S-axis. And the angle, I turn that to 90 degrees. I go to the front view and you can see the arc go outside. Instead of 90, a negative 90. So you can see the curve just go inside. Now I can show the first plane curve. Now I'm ready to fill the surface. I go to the surface workbench and click on the filling tool and starting to fill the surface on the right first. So the reason I fill the surface on the right first is that I want to have this surface, and from there I will create this surface, and using this the edge of the first surface to create the G1 continuity in between. I select the edges in sequence. Click OK. Let me hide the sketch 003. I hide that. And from there, I can create another filling and start from here, 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 and the last one. I double click on the edge of the surface, click on it, double click on it, and go to the face. G1 for that. You can see the surface just tangent with the first surface. If you want to change the height of this surface, of the shape, you can select in the upper reference, go to the placement position, and change that, for example, to 6. Okay, you can see how the surface update with the object. A little bit more, let's try 4. Okay, so the model is parametric. So if you want on-off the surface is parametric, you can manually create on-off the plane curve around the object. And when you change the shape of the object or the height of the object, the surface in between also update. But in this tutorial, I will not create all of the plane curves, and I will join these two together and create a polar array. We have many ways to join these two surfaces. So the first way is you can go to the curves workbench, and then you can control selecting this surface and then this surface, and you create parametric solid to generate a new surface. Okay, so that I have the new surface. Let me hide this one. So in case the parametric solid just fail, you cannot create a surface using this tool. You can go to the part workbench and you control select these two and go to the join connect object. Okay, go to the connect object, click on it, and you can see in the tree view we also have a new connect object. And this one also connect visual surface. So you can drop this one down and you can see inside the connect is these two surfaces. Let me use this connect tool in this example. Now to create polar array, go to the drag workbench and click on the connect, go to the polar array or modification, array tool and polar array, reset point and set the number to 4. Let me hide the grid. Okay, so now we just fill the surface around the object. I click on the array and let me go to the downgrade, or you can use the hotkey DNN to turn that into a single surface, so that I have a new cell. If I hide the upper reference, I need to fill the surface on top and the surface at the bottom. Okay. So to fill the surface on top, you can go to the curve workbench and let me show the upper reference. Show it. And you go down here and you can see the bottom face of the upper reference is what I want. So I click on the bottom face of the upper reference, click on it, and go to parametric solid to generate a new surface. So you can see, and I will rename this one to upper face. Okay, and let me hide this upper reference. So you can see I have the upper face. And in order to have the lower face, we also have many ways to do that. You can go to the part workbench and go to the part and shape builder and face from edges. One of these edges around the object. And hit create. And you can see we just have a new face, then a close. Okay. Now I can go back to the curves workbench. Let me rename this one to lower face. Now you can select in the cell, and the G view select in the cell, the slice, the upper face and the lower face, and parametric solid. Okay. Create a detail on the top. So let me go back and looking for the first CAD. Let me copy this CAD, the first one. Hit Ctrl C to copy and Ctrl V to paste it so that I have a new sketch 004. Let me click on the sketch 004 and I will show it. And I go down to the placement, the Z axis. Let's bring this one up to 5. You can see this in my new my sketch 004. I go inside the sketch and let's bring this one down. Instead of 20, I put that to 15. I close. I click on the scaffold and hit Ctrl C to copy and Ctrl V to paste it. I go inside the scaffold 5 and changing this one to trail. Then I close. And inside the scaffold 5, I go to the Z-axis and change this one to 3 instead of 5. So I will bring this scaffold 5 down so you can see if I highlight the scaffold 5, you can see the scaffold 5 is down below. And I will loft these two together. I go to the part workbench and go to the loft between 4 and 5. Create solid, click OK. Now I control selecting the solid and the loft and I go to cut. Okay. Now I can drop this one down and drop this loft down and select these two sketches and I hide it. I control select this edge, this one, and this one. And create a fillet with the radius is Joe. And also selecting this edge and this edge. And fillet with 0.5. And I can select in this edge down here and creating a fillet 0.6. Right. Now I can select in the fillet and go to the view and deviation down to 0.01. To make it better shading, let me view the shade. So this is the final result of the box, TV box design. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video.